If you've been thinking about relocating or moving within Southwest Washington, you're probably curious about some of the major projects happening around the area because they'll impact your quality of life, your lifestyle, and even your property values over time. Hi, my name is Joe Kim with Premier Property Group, and this is one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I had a ton of fun digging into all the research for today's video, so let's dive right in. First, I want to talk about the I-5 Bridge Replacement Project. If you live in Vancouver and commute to Portland, then you know the I-5 bridge is a major choke point. It's over 100 years old, it's not up to the modern seismic standards, and the transportation agencies agreed that it is in a desperate need of a full replacement. Washington and Oregon are planning a brand new bridge system with wider lanes, improved shoulders, safer pedestrian and bike paths, and modern seismic standards. This project is meant to modernize one of the most important transportation corridors in the Pacific Northwest. Just this month, the U.S. Coast Guard approved the project's fixed span design, which means instead of a bridge that lifts for tall ships, the new structure will sit high enough for most vessels to pass underneath without interrupting traffic. Supporters say a fixed span will reduce traffic delays, lower long-term maintenance costs, and improve overall reliability for daily commuters, while naysayers worry that it could limit taller ship access in the future. Either way, it seems like the construction is going to move forward, and the funding for this multi-billion-dollar project includes federal dollars, commitments from both Washington and Oregon, and probably tolling. Yes, that means we're going to have to pay for tolls and have to deal with even more traffic due to construction for another decade before the new bridge opens. I'd love to hear your take. Do you support the Coast Guard's fixed span approval, or are you concerned it might limit ship access and flexibility in the future? Or are you just opposed to the whole idea of building a brand new bridge altogether? Please drop a comment and let me know. Now, if you ever walk from downtown Vancouver into the waterfront, you'll notice an area just south of West 6th and Esther Street that is just parking lots and empty land that feels a bit disconnected from the rest of downtown, until you go through the railroads underpass and reach the waterfront. That whole area is called the Waterfront Gateway District. The Waterfront Gateway District is essentially the city's long-term plan to physically and economically connect downtown Vancouver to the waterfront. For decades, the rail lines and fragmented land use created a hard barrier between downtown and the river. This district is meant to fix that by stitching together housing, jobs, retail, transit access, and public spaces into one continuous walkable area. The vision here is a mixed-use urban core, not just condos or apartments. We're talking about mid-rise residential buildings, commercial and office space, ground floor retail, improved streetscapes, better pedestrian and bike connections, and a layout that actually encourages people to live, work, and spend time downtown rather than drive in and out. Now, housing is a key element of that, but it's not just market rate housing. Instead of pushing affordable housing to the outskirts of the city, Vancouver is intentionally placing a 95-unit affordable housing project within one of its most important redevelopment zones. The goal is to support a real mix of income brackets downtown so people who work in the area can afford to stay and continue contributing to the local economy. The affordable housing portion specifically is supported by the City of Vancouver's Affordable Housing Fund, state housing grants, and land contributions, while other buildings in the district will be privately financed and taxed at a full market value. So the goal here isn't just more buildings. It's to make downtown that's truly connected to the beautiful waterfront area and to make it more livable as Vancouver continues to grow into the late 2020s and beyond. If you've been keeping an eye on Vancouver's growth, you've probably heard about the Columbia Palisades. The full development spans 84.2 acres and will eventually include luxury apartments, offices, a hotel, retail, and restaurants, all with stunning views of the Columbia River and Mount Hood. And the location is just fantastic. It's by 192nd and SR 14, where Vancouver and Camas meet, and it gives residents very easy access to downtown Vancouver and PDX Airport in just under 15 minutes. So let's first break down the residential pieces. Eleva will offer modern studio, 1 to 2 bedroom apartments with retail on the ground level, while Alistair is the luxury apartment component with 5 stories of upscale living with premium finishes and amenities. Then there is the Vantage, which is the retail and lifestyle hub. Right now, you can already see Chipotle that's open, and confirmed tenants include Starbucks, Quarry Public House, a yoga studio, a beauty shop, and a few more. Right now, they have the one-story building already complete that's available for lease, and there will be another multi-story office building that has a very cool diamond-shaped architectural design. I'm not really sure exactly when they'll be breaking ground, but if you look on loopnet.com, leasing for that office space is already being marketed, which signals that it may be coming soon in 2026. And finally, if you drive past the Palisades on SR14, you probably see the big construction on top of the hill that's been kind of stagnated for a little while now, and you might be wondering, what in the world is going on there? That construction project is the Ledges by Kirkland Development, and they're saying that although the construction has taken longer than expected, they're planning on wrapping it up this year. You can already see it being marketed on apartments.com, which suggests they're getting closer to the finish line. So while it's taking some time, it does look like we may see it finally being completed soon. The next project I want to talk to you about is the Heights District. The purpose of the Heights District development is to revitalize the former Tower Mall area by the Mill Plain and MacArthur Boulevard intersection into a walkable mixed-use neighborhood that brings housing, jobs, retail, and public spaces into the heart of central Vancouver. Instead of another car-oriented shopping center, the city's goal is to create a people-focused district with new streets, parks, townhomes, apartments, and local businesses. The Heights District has been in planning since the late 2010s with years of studies, public input, and funding work behind the scenes. And for a while, it kind of felt like one of those projects that might never get off the ground. But this year is when all of that changes. The city is scheduled to begin a major infrastructure construction, meaning new streets, utilities, sidewalks, and intersection upgrades around Mill Plain and MacArthur. This is going to lay the foundation for the Grand Loop, which is projected to begin construction in Q1 of 2027. The Grand Loop is planned as a pedestrian-focused park street that connects future housing, retail, and public gathering spaces. Instead of designing the neighborhood around traffic first, the city is building the backbone now so the walkable pieces can all come together. Another important piece of this development is housing. The plan includes not just rentals, but also townhomes for sale at more affordable price points, which is a great opportunity to own real estate in central Vancouver. So 2026 is all about setting the groundwork for the Heights District development, and I'll continue to keep you guys updated as this project continues to take shape. Now let's talk about a project we've been hearing for a little while now, the Vancouver Innovation Center. The VIC is transforming a 179-acre former Hewlett-Packard site near Fisher's Landing into a mixed-use campus designed for offices, light manufacturing, and innovation space. A hub, so to speak, where companies, startups, and workers can all connect in one place. The VIC already includes over 700,000 square feet of office and light industrial space and currently hosts at least 10 high-tech and research companies, which means it's already functioning as a growing job center, not just a future idea. In late 2025, the City of Vancouver officially acquired a 14.3-acre parcel within the VIC to develop a public community park. This is super exciting because most existing parks in the area are smaller neighborhood or community parks, kind of scattered throughout residential areas, and there hasn't historically been a large centralized park in the eastern part of Vancouver. This year, the city is beginning community outreach for the park's design and will be inviting local residents to help shape everything. This design process will continue through the spring and set the stage for actual park construction in the years to come. Lastly, the Main Street Promise is a city-led project that's rebuilding Main Street between 5th and 15th in the heart of downtown. Construction started in early 2025 and should wrap up around early 2027. But this project isn't just about repaving the street. They're replacing old utilities, making it safer, and completely rethinking the corridor to be more walkable and livable. Think wider sidewalks, safer crossings, better lighting, new trees and benches, and a layout that actually supports local shops, events, and foot traffic instead of just cars passing through. While construction is definitely inconvenient, I drive by frequently and it's really not that bad. And when you step back and look at the city's long-term vision of creating a more vibrant, walkable downtown, This is a strong investment in the area and something that should be great for nearby property values over time. These are some of the major projects happening right now in Vancouver. Let me know in the comments if I missed any, and I'd love to hear which project impacts your life the most or which one you're most excited to see completed. I'm a licensed realtor here in Washington and Oregon, so if you're curious about life in this part of the Pacific Northwest, I'd be happy to be a resource and guide. And of course, if you're thinking about buying or selling anywhere in Vancouver, Washington, or the Portland metro area, please reach out to me and I'll be honored to assist you. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.